Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar on Sage Intacct Professional Services Automation and Project Intelligence. Before we get started, I'd like to share a few Zoom tips to help you get the best experience from this session. We encourage you to engage with our presenters throughout the presentation. To ask a question or share a comment, please use the Ask a Question feature. If you need help, click Raise Your Hand and I'll connect with you as soon as possible. Within 72 hours of the webinar, you will receive a link to download the slide deck in today's presentation. And with that, I'd like to introduce you to our presenters, Lindy Antonelli, Annie Evans, and Shannon Sanesteven.
Thanks, Sally, and welcome everyone to our webcast today. I'm here with my esteemed colleagues and coworkers today. So excited to be here and share our experiences with the Sage Intacct PSA and Project Intelligence modules, but also real life experience with running a professional services business. I merged into Armanino 13 years ago this year, where before that I had my own business for many, many years, implementing different software technologies, primarily first the Microsoft solutions, but then I moved on to become one of the very first partners in the Sage Intacct ecosystem, value-added reseller ecosystem, and had a consulting practice around Sage Intacct. I sold off my GP business to focus on Sage Intacct and ran a team of consultants on Intacct, implementing Intacct businesses. So today, at our Sage Intacct practice, we have over 2,500 happy customers and clients on Intacct, and we're happy to share our experiences here today. I'll let my colleagues introduce themselves, and then I'll come back on in a minute.
Thank you, Lindy. I'm Annie Evans. I am a director on our Sage Intacct delivery team. I've been with Armanino for the past 5.5 years, and I've loved seeing the growth on the team working with Lindy. I've been implementing Intacct for about 7 years now, and I'm really excited today to share with you guys some tips and tricks in the professional services space. As Armanino, we are also a professional services organization. So this topic that we're covering today is something that's really near and dear to my heart. I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys what new features are coming out and what analytics that we can help our clients and businesses leverage using these great tools within Sage Intacct. Shannon?
Hi, everyone. I'm Shannon Sanesteven, and I too have been around Intacct for about 10 years. I started in implementation about 8 years ago and moved over to sales enablement about 3 years ago. This topic too is near and dear to my heart, having come from the implementation desk. Knowing how to efficiently manage projects and see good project analytics has always been very important to me and the teams that I've worked on. So I'm excited to share this with you today. Back to you, Lindy.
Thanks, Shannon and Annie. First of all, a little bit about Armanino. We are nearly 3,000 employees and partners today, located across our great nation, our great United States of America. And we are an entrepreneurial firm inside of a large consulting and accounting firm. We specialize we have an audit and tax practice, but really all of us here are in our consulting business unit, and specifically our Sage Intacct practice area, where we really focus on Intacct implementations and everything Intacct. We're not auditors in busy season and Intacct implementers on the side. This is our full-time career and focus. So you get the top talent. As my colleagues shared with you their experiences with Intacct, it's going to be a great session today. If you ever need to reach out to me, my email will be at the end. You can also find me on LinkedIn or on our website. So we're proud to be nationwide. We've gotten a ton of recognitions and awards you can see on this slide. And we're here for you. We're here to help, and we really have a deep focus in the professional services industry, is why we're here today to talk to you about these innovations in this modern accounting software platform.
Okay, thank you, Lindy. Looking forward to getting started on this today. So we're going to have Shannon presenting to us on really in-depth details on how two of our tools work today. We're going to take you in to get a real-time view of the workload and resource capacity measures within Sage Intacct using our professional services automation and our project intelligence dashboard. We're going to make sure that we've got the right help our businesses ensure that the right skills and resources align with our clients' needs. We're able to replicate successful projects with AI-driven insights, gaining a comprehensive view of our project performance using our analytical tools that we're going to show you in a little bit. And it's going to show us how we can scope our tasks, add phases, manage workflows all in one platform. So I'm really excited to kick this off and get started with you guys to show you what this can do.
Thanks, Annie. So we do have a few polling questions in our webcast today. So Allie will tee up our first polling question. So are you currently using KPIs and metrics to manage your professional services organization? So if you can take a minute, we can't vote, but we hope that you will vote and let us know your thoughts, either yes, you are, or maybe somewhat or not at all. Any answer is the right answer, and we'll be sharing with you lots more after this. So let's wait a second for the results. Okay, yeah, so 56% are using that. That's great. And then even the somewhat and not at all, we're going to show you today some easy ways with these tools to be able to manage and view these metrics and KPIs. Shannon?
So I'm going to talk about the Sage Intacct Professional Services module first, the automation that is available within it. The overview of this product is it's for project management. Intacct is built to manage your general ledger and your financial reporting. And this module integrates with Intacct to give you greater visibility into your projects from a project management altitude. And it helps you gain visibility and efficiency in your workload management and allows you to optimize team utilization and view forecasts for future demands. Project management piece of it really helps you elevate your project planning and execution with an intuitive interface. Successful projects give you a way to replicate efficiency strategies and to give you planning and confidence when looking at your overall project management picture. And it helps you eliminate uncertainties around tasks and resources and expenses. It also allows for capacity management through strategic capacity planning, optimal resource allocation, and that helps reduce risk of delays and boost project profitability. Some of the key benefits are enhanced team productivity because you can focus on your team and make sure they're working on high impact tasks to drive significant business growth. You'll have predictable execution of task delivery with a reduction in administrative burden, and you can prevent or forecast for overload with capacity monitoring to help prevent overscheduling and scope creep, ensuring projects meet deadlines within budgets. And then forecast resource demand planning is used to help align business capabilities with customer needs for optimal results. So we'll take a look at all of this. On the next slide, we'll see an example of our time and resource management schedule. It allows you to see a grid of who's working and how much are they working. And on the next slide, we'll see the overall resource capacity overview. And we're going to go into the software and kind of take a walk around and see a day in the life of the software. And I see we have a couple of questions. maybe.
Annie and I are looking at those with Ellie, so we'll be back in touch with a response on that. So yeah, you can go ahead, Shannon, with the demo.
So I'm sharing my screen now. And I will zoom out of the way. So when you land in the product, the professional services automation product, it is a project management tool. And you can land in and see all of your projects in the system. And of course, with fun new interfaces, you can make everything different colors if you'd like. And as you use the product over time, you can start to group and have that visual representation of the types of projects you have happening. One of the things that I like is the status. You can see which projects are on task and on track, or if they're at risk, or if they're off track. And you can sort these fields accordingly. When we drill into a project, you can see the phases of the project and the tasks assigned to the projects. You can also see the roles and which people on your team are assigned to those tasks in what role. So it's a good way to group. And if you have specific teams working on similar type projects, you can just create a group of team members and use that for quick assignment to specific tasks in other projects. And one of the beauties about this is, just like in Intacct, you can create a repeatable process by making a template structure for your projects. And in doing so, you can create them with greater efficiency. So a personal example, when I was in the implementation department, I would have 6 or 7 clients at a time running implementations. And it would be nice to be able to see and use a tool like this to show my utilization and what project details I'm working on and what's in scope and what my task board might be. And so one of the good features about this is you can see your scope here, and then there's a Kanban task board here, and you can drag and drop specific tasks to see that they're in line to be done, or they're in progress, or they're actually finished. So that's really nice. And then in the timeline area, you can get back to, and this is demo data, of course, right? So you can see what's happening in the projects and who's on the team and those types of information. Also, you can see a Gantt chart view of all of your projects, and you can expand fields and contract fields based on the criteria you're looking for. And further granularity is available from a people schedule. So you can see all the people on your team or in your department or division as a group, and see who's working when and who has capacity, or if they're full for now. This will turn red also if they're over capacity, so that you can make decisions about if you need to hire people or split tasks or add people to the team temporarily. It gives you great visibility into that. And when running implementations, there's really two projects within the implementation project, and that is the project management, to make sure that your team is on task and the client is on task. There is a way in this product to assign a user to your client so that they can come in and keep track of their own tasks, and you have visibility into that, but they can be restricted and not have visibility into what your tasks are. They can also create tickets and support tickets if they have extra questions, or you need to track a specific functionality you're building out for them, so they can kind of see where it is in the process. I really like that because it eliminates some of the extra lists of tasks that people try to manage in Excel or sticky notes or notebooks on your desk. So I really like that this is
We know
kind
about that, Annie, don't we? Shannon too.
Yeah. It's a one-stop shop to keep everything together. And so I really like that part of this. And then one of the capacity overview in general gives us a great chart here, and it kind of tells you all the statistics of what's happening behind the scenes, and you can allocate hard and soft people. You can allocate hard and soft people allocations. So yes, these people are definitely working on this, or their time is kind of flexible, so they can be moved to other things. And then you can also add placeholder tasks or placeholder resources so that you can create that template project and just be able to repurpose that with every time you make a new project. And so I always like to say the more organized you are going into the software, the better result you're going to get coming out, because you'll be able to batch and sort and group similar type projects together, and then allow your project manager leads to have greater visibility into the projects that they're in charge of in whole and in an aggregate space. And just to kind of give you a high level view, these are all the pieces that need to be decided on and put together. And the integration point between Sage Intacct and the professional services automation module allows for synchronization between the two products. And in some cases, it's a one-way sync, and in other cases, it's a bidirectional sync. But when we're thinking about where does this product belong in the workflow, this is to manage projects with, not do financial accounting with, although the information in this product feeds into the Sage Intacct project accounting module. So some of the list data is a bidirectional sync, but the tasks that project managers and resources on projects do and complete would take place in this product, and that information would push over to the Sage Intacct product. And I think we'll go back to the presentation now. And
yeah, move on to the other exciting modern tool inside Sage Intacct.
Allie's going to share the slides again.
Ellie will have to share the slide or the screen, right?
Yeah, 1 second.
Get to your screen. Okay.
Zoom is the hardest part of all these webcasts. I'm sure we can all relate to that. Annie, when you were doing implementation,
Shannon, if you could stop sharing, I think.
Well, maybe I'll share again and then I will stop.
And I'm excited to see this part of it. This kind of pulls all the information that we've just been talking about together and
Yeah.
gives you really a great analytical view of what's going on with your business. So excited to see this.
Ellie, we're all set here.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Project Intelligence Dashboard next. This product was born from all of our clients who asked for greater visibility into the metrics and analytical information related to the financial impact of the projects. So once the tasks are under control by the people doing the implementations or the professional services projects, and if you're building software or whatever your projects are, you know, how many hours are here and there, and how many, what kind of realization are you getting on things, and what kind of utilization. So I'm going to go over to the Project Intelligence Dashboard now, and we will take a walk through that. I love this dashboard because
I love this dashboard too.
It's so cool looking.
Wow. I mean, this information literally at your fingertips. I mean, how much better, you know, more highly profitable, more utilization, happier employees, happier clients can you get with this information and data? I love it.
Right. So I'm going to actually stop sharing my video. and just focus on what's on this dashboard. So there are 4 dashboards in this product: a profitability dashboard, a project analytics dashboard, and a realization dashboard, and of course, the Holy Grail, utilization. So you can track expected utilization versus actual for bonus calculation and reallocation of work, etc. So first we'll look
Access that right all from here, Shannon, right under where it says project intelligence and it says profitability there. That's where you're accessing all of the 4 dashboards, right?
yeah,
Okay.
they're
Got it.
all listed here. So the profitability dashboard includes a breakdown of KPIs by customer, project, and employee, and it allows you to analyze your services team and understand financial performance compared to budgets. And what else is good about this is it gives you insight into financial performance, empowering you to optimize revenue, control expenses, and enhance profitability. The dashboard highlights financial performance across the current month, current year to date, and past year, while tracking key metrics such as actual and estimated labor costs, profit write-offs, and effective rates. Use revenue data to evaluate sales strategies, manage budgets, and address billing challenges by analyzing write-off data for unbilled work. And you can use a quick view to see financial trends, leverage line charts to compare revenue and profit against budget goals, customize performance cards to analyze metrics for different budgets and gain deeper insights. I love these KPIs because they're just pretty and they're fun, and you can repurpose these for other calculations in other dashboards if you'd like.
I used Sage Intacct in my own business before merging with Armanino, and this module was not born yet.
Right.
So I was not able to utilize this, but I love it and would just highly encourage our attendees here to consider moving to this solution and taking advantage of all this information, this powerful information.
Right. It gives you detailed reports on top customers and projects, so top 25 customers and projects, and most profitable employees. And that was personally always fun for me when I was doing fixed fee projects, because I like to see the profitability trend over time, to see where you're gaining efficiencies personally and as a team. And then it gives you the ability to identify opportunities to improve profitability and resource allocation. And you can review metrics such as estimated labor costs, gross profits, and realization percentages to assess productivity and revenue generation. And so there's lots of reports on here, which are great.
One of the things I love about this as well is you've kind of got those KPIs, those performance cards at the top that's giving you a really high level picture of whatever you're looking for specifically for your business. This can be tailored. And then as you go down, you can get into more detailed reports. And again, these can be customized based on the data that is coming in from that professional services automation tool. And the great thing, anywhere you see this blue hyperlink on your numbers, you can even drill into that further. So you've got that number and you can drill in further to see the detail that's making up that number as well, which is a great functionality.
Yep. And it takes you straight back to where that's coming from. And you can see all the different dimensions. So the second dashboard is project analytics for all projects. And again, this gives you KPIs and it helps you stay ahead of project challenges, maximize profitability, and make smarter business decisions. And there are 2 different project analytic dashboards. So if you're a project manager, you can be assigned your projects in a dashboard and kind of see what's going on with your team. Or if you're the manager of all the managers, you can see all the projects at a glance. And all the different filters give you different visibility. And I like the conditional formatting, so you can see where you're over budget. And then your revenue trend by budget helps you see kind of how you're staying on track. And all the different graphs in Intacct are kind of fun to look at also. Our third dashboard is our realization dashboard. And this is the one that I got asked for the most when I was implementing project accounting, because it illustrates the effective rates, realization trends, and related financial details. Reports are also provided for a more detailed breakdown of data for each employee, so you can identify top performers in any areas for improvement. And you can use the included location and employee filters to refine the data for the dashboard data. And it gives you actionable insights to optimize your employees' performance and focus on high value services and drive profitability across your organization. So you can see your billable hours and your current month billable hours. And so if you have targets for that, you can see how close you are. And if you're finding you're writing off a lot of things, you can see, drill into why that's happening. And then again, all the conditional formatting here, because we've got our groups of employees by title, consultants, developers, project managers, etc. Their revenue, the effective rate, billable utilization, and their revenue. And that gives you your effective rate and your billable utilization. And again, your realization, you can kind of see who's writing off things. So you can see if you need to do some more training or take a look at how your implementations are shaking out, just to kind of see where you are as a group. And then our last dashboard is our utilization dashboard. And this one's fun because you can see what your trend is for if your employees are meeting their billable hour targets, and to be able to compare billable hours against monthly and yearly targets. So you can really see, if you have a seasonal trend happening, you can see if certain types of projects happen faster or at more utilization. And again, you can see this by groups of employees based on title and role. And then you can see if they're on target and who's being overworked or underworked, and who might need some more training, and if they can't take on any more work and you're expecting them to be able to do that. You can also
This is a very cool dashboard. I love this.
You can also put in specific calendars and values to, like, if you hire somebody, you don't expect them to be 80% billable right away, right? You need a ramp up period. And so you can factor that into their utilization requirements and goals. And so you can track if they're ramping up properly too. And that gives you insight into if you're doing a good job onboarding or training people up on client-facing process versus technical process. And so I really love these dashboards because they give you a really good view of that.
As far as making these, the green arrows, red arrows, the little KPI boxes there, performance metrics, is that pretty easy to do, Shannon? I'm not, I don't use the system on a daily basis anymore. And
it's just a product of going into the account groups and being able to, you need to know the math you're trying to do. Okay. And so you pick your account group and you can have all your GL accounts in here, but the computations are the way that these KPIs come to be. And so you create a group that is a computation group, and you tell the system what you want to multiply or divide or whatever together to get the calculation. I didn't pick one that had to really go on. Here's debt to income ratio or debt to equity ratio. And it shows you, like, this account, all the GL accounts that are set to the category of total debt are divided by the equity to get you your debt to equity ratio. And the ratios actually come with the system as default computation.
They're all, a lot of them are defaults.
Yep. And so that's how those come to be. And then of course you can click over here and see all of the different available account groups. And you can see
there are so many of them.
I know. And it tells you kind of where they used. And So that's kind of where those KPIs come from.
Cool.
And then all of the reports are built in the same concept. These are dimension groups, and these are GL account groups, and they're laid across the page, and math is done between the columns to get the percentages. And Intacct's very flexible with its reporting for that from that
Awesome.
perspective.
One of the great things about this project intelligence dashboard too is this is a package of all these reports. I think we can all see from the screen like how many reports this is. This is a lot that just comes all kind of pre-built and ready to go. Specifically built for project analytics. So it's a really good start.
It is, and it works with multi-currency. So if you have global consolidations, you can set that up in here too. And so you can see all your non-US group entities together and locations, so that you can do some drilling in by different entities here. So that's good flexibility.
Yes. Great. Well, this was very good overview demo of project intelligence and the PSA tool of Sage Intacct. Shannon, great job here.
Thank you. And do reach out if you want a more detailed demo. We
Yes.
try to walk the line between good overview, excitement about the product, and too many details. So just know that we can get as granular as you'd like, but we want to give you a good 10,000 foot view from here, and invite you to request a more in-depth demo. All right,
Great.
everyone.
Thanks, Shannon. Did we have any more slides? We might have.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we have another polling question. Okay. What's that, Allie? Are you interested about learning more? So we'd be happy to contact you directly, or we could set up a call with myself, Shannon, and or Annie. Probably myself and Shannon first, but we would love to get your opinion on this. So polling is open. And we can probably stop polling here. Okay, well, a few of you would like to get some information, so we'll go ahead and contact you after the session. That'd be great. You can always reach out to us. There are all of our contact informations on emails. I'm on the website. We're all on LinkedIn. So we would be happy to have a follow-up. And even if you think you're not quite ready, if it's just informational, we can put you on our mailing list, and we have updates and regular webcasts and things that you might be able to join. So on behalf of all of Armanino, Annie, Shannon, Allie, and myself, we thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you at another webcast or following up with you afterwards. Have a great rest of your time. Thank you.
Thank you.